5 years ago, I didn't realize how powerful storytelling could be. But today I have seen it, how it transformed the world sees the prosthetic and orthotic industry. One post, one story at a time. Those who don't know me, I'm Dr. Elegance Peter. I'm a certified prosthetist and an orthotist based here in India. And for the last 5 years, I have been building my own company within this space. When I first entered the field, I realized not much of the people outside of the medical sector knew about it, and very few within the medical sector knew about what prosthetic and non-orthotic industry as a whole do. They have the vague idea. The common people know our industry, or like our industry product, by mainly looking at movies, or maybe they are familiar with the Jaipur Fort, or maybe some NGOs. They've heard about it, but they don't know how it works or why it matter. Some. There are amazing clinicians, top-notch innovations that are happening within our industry, and this is my way to showcase that. I realized the gap was not within the work we do or the scope of work we do, but within the communication. And as an industry, we need to also factor in that now the world is changing, and most of our work which directly impact the life of a patient has to be seen, has to be heard, and has to be understood by him or his family members. So storytelling plays a big role within that. So when I first started, I didn't started with YouTube. I started with podcast because at that point of time I was comfortable to share content on that format. So I started with that, and it wasn't something very big, or it wasn't accomplished by a very big studio. It was just accomplished by pure intention of getting the message across of what a professional as a prosthetic and non-orthotic professional do in his day-to-day life, or what kind of challenges they face, but also to raise awareness about this industry. So the episode or the intention behind each and everything which I have produced till now is to make it as simple as possible, so that the common people who is not from a medical background can understand what we do. That single episode which I published way back in 2020, I guess, that gave me the courage, and that's when I understood that humans want to connect on a human level. They want experiences, they want the knowledge. But and after trying for multiple weeks, months, I started noticing that people are listening, and the content which I am producing, it's not only reaching to India, but it is reaching globally, and that's how it started. So what I understood from the whole experience of that is the human story travels more than any technical explanation that you give. So the humanity aspect, like how it impact human, how it impact you, how it impact your loved ones, that connection gives the essence of storytelling. In the end, storytelling is just something that you connect on a human level. Since then, I have shared hundred of stories, hundred of posts across different platforms. And it's not just about the patient or the innovation. It's about how that innovation or how it has affected or transformed the life of that particular individual. Either it's by using any product, either it is using by any kind of physical therapy, or any technique that has helped them to grow from their current state. And I'm just saying grow in a sense that a person who is in wheelchair, maybe just after the amputation, to stand up from that wheelchair and gain some kind of independence, that's something that is very peaceful and very noble about it. I don't know how to put it in words, but that's how I feel it, because the life before amputation is different, the life after amputation is different. The thing which helps many people in their journey of this rehabilitation as a whole is the people they meet along the way that have helped them to transform their life from a wheelchair to a prosthesis where they can stand, walk, um, go to work. Let's talk about the 5 lessons that I've learned along this journey. So, lesson one is people connect with emotions, not with education. What I mean by that is whatever the piece of content, either it is in print media, either it is in digital media, or wherever you're presenting yourself, it should connect with the other person emotion. It should not be just about educating them about you, about your services. It should be service oriented and how you can help them. So, how does this whole aspect of emotions and versus education, right, got implemented within our company? So, when I stopped explaining about what is a prosthesis and I started showing how that prosthesis meant what it is, what it meant, and how it is helpful to a particular amputee or to a particular patient, then the post got more engagement, the engagement multiplied, and so far, whatever content I have done within this space is mostly related to showcasing that side of emotion or to educate people but with a human touch. Lesson 2 is consistency, and I hate to admit it, but even I am not very consistent with all the content that I put out, but I'm trying my best to put out as consistently as possible the content, because in the end it's, some people say it's number game, but I don't mind it is a number game. But what consistency gave you is it builds trust, it builds repetitions, and it gives you in that flow state where every idea is connected to the next idea. Why it matters, why consistency matters is once you're consistent every week, the same repetition, it keeps your mind sharp, it keeps your mind in a flow state where everything you do, everything that is connected to the previous work what you have done, and in terms of, like, let's say just the content on social media, right, consistency can change your algorithm within 6 months. So you can also experience that when you follow something and you like one piece of content, right, or you might see one video which is incredibly educational, but when you go to their page, profile page, maybe it's either in Instagram or in YouTube, and they have only, let's say, a couple of videos, you feel little disappointed because the first piece what you saw or what came across you was good, but there's nothing to follow up on that. The algorithm reward clarity, not perfection. When I first started, I didn't had a studio setup. I didn't had any fancy equipment. Whatever I have gained, whatever you see behind me, whatever you see across my platforms, those all things took time. But in the end, I'll just say that whatever platform you're picking up or whatever field you're doing it, um, consistency is the key factor which can make or break your trust, brand, channel, and anything between those three as a broader aspect of it. Lesson 3 is community is better than competition. What I mean by that, especially in India, the piano community is, in my opinion, quite small. Not a very large group of people are involved in this because this is a very niche kind of an industry, and it's better that it is niche, but that's what makes us powerful. The support, the community within all the professionals, I would say, is much more better, and it is much more powerful. So, whenever we share any piece of content, either it is video or shorts or any research articles or any piece of new technology that are being implemented within our industry, ultimately the end goal is for visibility. And by visibility I mean the piano sector or the field as a whole is more visible when we share each other's content. The collaboration between all the professionals is what gives us the strength to move forward, right? um, Ultimately, what's the end goal? So whenever I see a professional who's working exceptionally good or the piece of content is exceptionally good, right, I share it. And I guess most of the professional that I knew also share other people content, either it's in a research paper, either it's the piece of writing what they did, or the thoughts they have. So this all ultimately leads us as an industry to visibility, and that visibility is a key factor in raising awareness within our sector and also across different sectors of this medical space. Now let's talk about storytelling and how it is not just about awareness, but it's also a smart business aspect. When people understand why, they become curious about what, right? Okay. How storytelling made its way into our products, our marketing research, our marketing agenda, right? So when we started with digital services, and then along the way we started manufacturing, and we started manufacturing a EVA based material, which commonly is a commodity in our industry. So what we did differently? At first, we didn't do anything differently. We just made the product, and how a new company starts, we started just like that. We printed all the features, we printed everything that we thought that would be useful for the prospect of for any company that we went to. Um, and we printed all of that. We made a brochure out of it, and we started distributing that. Once we got the feedback from all the vendors or all the companies that half of it, or like 50 to 75% of all the things that we have shared with them is not of any use to them. So what that told us as a company, that told us that we need to improve our mm, printing, like the printing material what we print, and the copy. And what I mean by copy is the lines, the paragraph, the information, whatever we give, right, within that brochure, within that flyer, or within the whole list of marketing, right? We need to change everything from zero. And that point of time, we also knew that we need to tap into the emotion. So We started with showcasing our product and how that product is different, how the product is made, or what value it gave, right, to the end user. We started recording videos, we started recording behind the scenes, we started recording how it is tested, and so all of those combined with the copy material of marketing that gave us a good result. So instead of talking about technicalities and the specifications or the product quality, we started showcasing all of those aspects within our content, within our marketing research, within our marketing outlook or agenda, right? And we started showcasing how our product is beneficial to the end user. And in this case, the end user is patient, of course. But to run a profitable business, the end user is also your companies who are involved with you, who are buying from you. And all of this combined, right, gives you the trust, gives you the feedback that you wanted at a very faster phase than what a traditional marketing campaign would run. Because once you share everything, you get the feedback from the vendors, you get the feedback from the companies, you get the feedback from the people, or like the actual professionals who are using your product within their day-to-day life. And all of that combined gives you more data points, gives you more information about how your product is doing, how your services are doing, and that's something that you can also implement within your industry or within your company. So in the end, I would just say storytelling transform a commodity to a cause, a commodity product to a cost product. So if you're made till here and you want to implement these theories or this application, these processes or this framework within this P&O sector, I'll give you my framework, which we call it 3S's, right? 3S. Start with one story. It could be a patient case study, it could be behind the scenes, it could be even how you started as a professional or how your company started as a professional, right? The second is simplify the message. I would say simplify in terms of remove all the jargons, remove all the technical specification or technical language that a common people would not understand it. Right? Remove all of that. And then third is show your why, like why you started, why this service is useful to the patient, not to you, uh, not to you as a company, but to the actual user, how that is affecting that user, how in the end how it will make him feel. Show your why and show in the most authentic way possible, and you follow these 3 S's framework, and you can start your journey. In the last 5 years, right, I've learned that awareness is not built by organization alone. It is built by individual. It is built by who decide to speak up when things are going bad. It is built up by people who have helped you, supported you in times when you thought there was no one. So everything combines, and your pursuit, your execution of your idea gives you that trust, gives you that consistency. Every post, every story, every video, it moves a needle forward.